I make hundreds and thousands, not hundreds of thousands, but I make hundreds and thousands on TikTok, and I still be going to the food pantry, and I still be going to the darn community refrigerator, and that's where I'm about to go now. So come with me to the darn.
Right, TKFamm says that they make $9,000 a month on social media, but they get EBT, or some of you may know it as food stamps. TKFamm also said that they report this income, so they're telling us that they tell their caseworker they make over $9,000 a month from social media and that they continued to give them food stamps.
Come and get free diapers with me from a mom who watches my content. She gave me free diapers before, but she said the next time she gets them, she'll, look out for me. So I'm on my way. I'm waiting for my Uber. I think it's down the street. And, oh yeah, I see it.
TKFamm TikTok drama just took a dark turn. She says she makes $9,000 a month on TikTok, but her 4 young kids live in a cramped, filthy home where even basic needs are barely met. She flexes in a brand new $200 gaming chair, back straight, smile wide, as she proudly shows off her second-hand, scratchy blankets for her babies from the thrift store. And somehow, despite all this money she claims to make, she still qualifies for food stamps. It's not just tone deaf, it's disturbing. Because behind every whole video and aesthetic angle is a home falling apart, a fridge growing mold, and children living in a storm of bad decisions. Court is in session. Today's case, the people versus TKFamm. The charges: child neglect, government assistance fraud, chronic parental irresponsibility, and worst of all, shameless exploitation of TikTok for clout, attention, and cash. But this courtroom isn't just examining one scandal. We are holding a mirror to a growing movement where young influencers use their children as props, brand dysfunction as realness, and feed off rage engagement while their kids grow up surrounded by chaos.
Come and get free diapers with me from a mom who watches my content. She gave me free diapers before, but she said the next time she gets them, she'll, look out for me. So I'm on my way. I'm waiting for my Uber. I think it's down the street. And, oh yeah, I see it. And, yeah, let's go get some free diapers for my babes.
Case filing. The defendants are a couple in their 20s, identifying online as TKFamm, a stylized mashup of their initials meant to brand their chaotic lifestyle as relatable family content. But what lies beneath that tag is a much darker. This isn't just a couple navigating young parenthood. It's a pair of adults who have, by all appearances, actively chosen clout over care, chaos over consistency, and performance over parenting. They are the parents of 4 young children, all under the age of 7. Babies, toddlers, and preschoolers still needing structure, stability, and nurturing. But these children are being raised in a cramped home, under the roof of the woman's mother, a house repeatedly described by viewers as unsafe, unsanitary, and entirely unfit for raising 4 small children. Think peeling paint, cracked ceilings, greasy covered appliances, and a visibly unkempt environment that would trigger concern from any CPS worker. What makes it worse? Neither parent holds a stable job, not because they lost one, not because they can't find one, but because they simply don't want one. In their words, we are full-time content creators. And that's not just a side hustle, that's their chosen career path, despite having a growing family to feed, clothe, and shelter. So instead of working to support their household, they film. Every tantrum, every grocery run, every mess, every moment is uploaded, monetized, and filtered through their lens of curated dysfunction. From unwashed dishes in the background to half-dressed toddlers eating off dirty tables, their content thrives on shock value, not responsible living. And here's the kicker. They claim to earn thousands every single month. Sometimes she says $6,000, other times she claims $9,000, and yet nothing in their life reflects financial security. They don't own a home, they don't pay rent, they rely on food stamps, they accept donations from strangers online, they thrift their children's basic needs while simultaneously buying themselves new electronics, hotel nights, and takeout meals.
I make hundreds and thousands, not hundreds of thousands, but I make hundreds and thousands on TikTok, and I still be going to the food pantry, and I still be going to the darn community refrigerator, and that's where I'm about to go now. So come with me to the darn community refrigerator. Yep. The package, we just got a package. Y'all, as I'm on my way to the refrigerator, I see this. It's a whole table full of free clothes. I think I'm gonna look into this stuff because what? And I see some kids' clothes. Oh heck yeah. Yo, I just came from the refrigerator and ain't nothing in it but tomato sauce. Tomato sauce. So I'm on my way home. When I get home, I'll show y'all the little bit of stuff that I got from that the little table that had clothes on it. So I'll see y'all like an hour.
The disconnect is jarring because for people making thousands from influencing, their actual lifestyle looks shockingly impoverished by choice, not by circumstance. And it only takes a few scrolls on their page to see the disturbing, repetitive cycle of neglect, entitlement, and performative hardship they have chosen to monetize. Exhibit A. Let's begin with one of the most disgraceful displays of neglect and entitlement we've seen in this entire case. The infamous child-free staycation. Picture this. 4 young children, toddlers, infants still in diapers, cramped into an overcrowded house with their grandmother. A home viewers have called unsanitary and chaotic. Meanwhile, their parents? They decided it was time for a break. Not a break to clean the home, not a break to take the kids somewhere enriching, but a self-serving, child-free motel stay. According to TKFamm, they deserved this. She called it a moment of self-care, a reward, she claimed, for all the stress they endured as parents and creators. So, they checked into the modest motel room, not for safety, not for work, but for a weekend of uninterrupted rest and relaxation. No kids, no responsibilities, just peace, pillows, and filming TikToks. She proudly recorded every angle of that motel room. The crisp white sheets, the fluff of the comforter, the decorative pillows, the dim lighting. It was quiet, calm, spotless, in her own words. Finally, some peace without all that noise. We needed this. But what about her children? During that same weekend, those 4 babies were left behind in a home where the bedding came from a thrift haul. Blankets that were visibly faded, worn, and scratchy. Sheets mismatched with questionable stains. Towels that looked like they had been used for years. The kind of items most parents would hesitate to give away, let alone reuse for infants.
So let me get this straight, TK fam. Over the weekend, you and your man got a hotel room. And then this week, you're thrift shopping for your children, getting them blankets and sheets from the thrift store. Now, let me think. If I knew that my children needed blankets and sheets, the last thing on my fucking mind would be getting a room to do adult things with my man. There is absolutely zero peace and comfort when my children are in need of something. Especially when you're on this app bragging about how you make $9,000 a month. $9,000 a month, but you have to go to the thrift store to buy blankets and sheets. Also, bragging about how they're getting a new house, but it's not the fact that you're getting a house, it's how you're going to live in that house. It's not where you live, it's how you live. And girl, we see how. And baby, ain't nobody jealous of that. Priorities. Not there. And that's sad, and that's who y'all are giving a platform to.
And just when the backlash began to brew, she doubled down. Just few days later, she posted another video. This time in the comfort of a brand new $200 gaming chair. It was still in pristine condition, the tags barely off. She leaned back, grinning ear to ear, clearly enjoying herself while her children had no such luxury. The caption read, "Self-care is important too." The comment section absolutely lit up. Your kids sleep on used sheets, but you're lounging in a brand new chair? This is a different level of selfish. Not you bragging about rest while your toddlers don't have clean towels. How do you spend hundreds on a staycation and gaming gear, but go thrifting for your children's basic needs? And what was her response? Nothing. No explanation, no apology, no reflection. She didn't even turn off the comments. She just ignored them. And that's the most chilling part. Because it wasn't just poor judgment. It wasn't a mistake made in the heat of exhaustion. It was a calculated decision to prioritize herself and her partner and frame it as empowerment. To treat comfort as something she deserved and basic necessities for her kids as optional. This wasn't about poverty. It was about choices. Because when money came in, it didn't go toward new sheets or better diapers or a safe mattress. It went to hotel nights and luxury chairs. And somehow, she still positioned herself as the victim of online hate.
Yeah.
But let's be clear, this wasn't hate. It was accountability, and she ran from it like it was another bill she didn't want to pay. Exhibit B. Diapers, one of the most essential, non-negotiable items for any baby. Not a luxury, not a splurge, a basic need. They are the first barrier between a child's delicate skin and hours of exposure to wetness, bacteria, and irritation. But for TKFamm, diapers aren't seen as a necessity worth investing in. They are just another line item to cut corners on. Instead of purchasing decent quality store brands like Parents' Choice, Loves, or even grabbing Huggies when they go on sale, she proudly flaunts her decision to buy the absolute cheapest diapers on the market. Not affordable, not budget-friendly, dirty, cheap, often off-brand or dollar store varieties that lack basic absorbency or quality control. And worse, these choices are made not out of desperation, but out of convenience and refusal to prioritize their children's well-being.
Come and get diapers with me at Family Dollar because they cheap, and why not? If they work for me, then I'm gonna use them. Anyway, let's go. I'm so nervous walking around this area. I mean, it's not my house, but I just get so nervous because my bio dad lives around here, literally like a block over, and my anxiety just rises every time. If you know, you know. If you don't, maybe I'll make a story time on it one day. So that's good for me. Yeah, a little bit nervous. All the way until I'll leave Family Dollar. Fun. We are at Family Dollar. I'm trying to get 3 hours. Oh, I'm probably so upset, so you get me. Okay. Okay. Perfect. Doors are secured. Woo-hoo. I bought 3. We usually buy just 2, but I bought 3 today.
Multiple parents in her comments have chimed in with horror stories. One commenter revealed, "Those same diapers gave my baby chemical burns. Why are you promoting this like it's a budget hack?" Others added, "We tried those once during a rough patch. Never again. My son had a rash for a week. You make thousands a month. Why is your baby's skin not worth $10 more?" And yet, she brushed all of it with a smug sense of pride, stating, "Diapers are diapers. I ain't spending $30 on something they pee in." That line alone became infamous across TikTok. For some, it was laughable. For others, it was enraging. Because what she fails to grasp is that diapers are not just something babies pee in. They are health products. They impact skin, hygiene, sleep quality, and even a child's comfort during play and learning. It's not a luxury, it's about care. But in TKFamm's world, cost always trumps comfort, especially when it comes to her children. Meanwhile, she won't hesitate to spend $15 on energy drinks, $30 on DoorDash, or $200 on a gaming chair. But $5 more for diapers that won't give her baby rash? That's too far. It's these types of choices, repeated, deliberate, and proudly defended, that elevate this case from simply struggling parent to performative negligence. Because when she says, "I ain't spending $30 on something they pee in," what she's really saying is, their comfort is optional. My comfort is not.
Just start with me to get just because snacks. Just because. I know I'm gonna get them a juice. I think they wanted a donut and chip. They never eat snacks this early. Why not? It's almost 12 though. My roll, I got a little snack roll we have where snacks are after 12 o'clock. With lunch and or after lunch. So let's go get some snacks for them.
Exhibit C. This is where the contradictions reach criminal levels. She says she makes $9,000 a month from TikTok. That's nearly double what many full-time nurses, teachers, or social workers make. But in the same breath, she posts videos proudly showing off her EBT card. "Come spend my EBT with me. Snack run on the government." These captions are often paired with shelves full of candy, soda, chips, and sugar-loaded cereals. Not a vegetable in sight. One follower asked, "How are you on food stamps when you said you made 9K last month?" She responded confidently, "I report my income. The government knows." But that's not how the system works. Either she's lying to her audience to gain sympathy and red clicks, or she's lying to the state, committing benefit fraud while flexing about it.
So let me get this straight. TKFamm says that they make $9,000 a month on social media, but they get EBT, or some of you may know it as food stamps. TKFamm also said that they report this income. So they're telling us that they tell their caseworker they make over $9,000 a month from social media and that they continued to give them food stamps. Let's be for real, who is believing that? Like, how do you even sound saying that? We do know that they live with her mom, so I'm going to assume that it's her mom's link card and she's rage baiting y'all, because 90% of the time when she's using the link card, she's down at the corner store. We have never seen her cook a meal from scratch with any of that link that she gets. All of it is literally frozen box foods and never any fresh food. But to get on here and brag about making $9,000 a month and then showing off what you're getting at the corner store with your EBT card is crazy work.
Exhibit D. Since June, she's been promising what she called a life-changing upgrade. We are finally moving. We signed the lease. We are packing. The TikToks were filled with optimism, soft music, and hopeful voiceovers. She shared boxes tucked by the front door, clips of her writing a to-do list, even recording a video announcing, "Our new chapter begins next month." But here we are, now well past August, and every single video is still filmed inside the same broken down house, one that viewers have come to know like the back of their hand. There is no new backdrop, no change in layout, no lease confirmation, just more of the same, walls with peeling paint, a ceiling visibly buckling with water damage, mold creeping around the fridge, and a bathroom that looks like it hasn't seen disinfectant in. Every room tells the same story. And yet, she keeps doubling down with captions like, "Manifesting a better home. This time next week, we'll be unpacking. Stay tuned for the moving vlog." But the moving vlog never comes. There is no footage of the new place, no signed lease posted for transparency, no empty rooms, no keys, no proof. Only recycled language and recycled chaos. Meanwhile, viewers have started to connect the dots. Many believe this entire move was never real to begin with, just another storyline to stretch out the content, keep engagement high, and avoid addressing the elephant in the room, that she has no intention of leaving.
You guys, it is Sunday. Happy Sunday, and y'all already know what that means. It is officially moving week. We're signing the lease later this week. I don't know what day. She doesn't know what day, so when she gets the information to know the day, then we'll know the day, then y'all will know the day. It sounds a little complicated, a little confusing probably, but I get it, and if you get it, you get it. If not, then okay. But I'm so excited. Sean is currently making lunch for himself. I just took the chicken out for dinner. Yeah, that's about it. I have to do some packing content because we're literally about to be out the house, obviously. I need to stop saying so much. Oh my gosh. But anyhow, Sean making some food. I'm chilling in the kitchen with him, and I'm about to do some packing content once we're out the kitchen.
Comments say, "You've been moving for 3 months. Either show the place or stop lying. Every influencer move includes a house tour. We haven't seen you show anything. You say you were signing the lease in July. It's September. And still, not a single update with actual progress. No boxes taped, no trucks rented, no apartment walkthrough, just vague affirmations and aesthetic montages that lead nowhere. Some suspect she never qualified for the place. Others believe she never applied at all. Whatever the case, her viewers are catching on, and the goodwill is wearing thin. This pattern of announcing grand plans, soaking up attention, then backpedaling with excuses is becoming a signature move. And in the case of moving out of an unfit environment for her children, it's more than frustrating. It's dangerous. Because those kids are still sleeping in overcrowded rooms, still breathing in mold spores, still living without privacy, structure, or basic safety, while their mother creates content around a fantasy that never arrives. Exhibit A, the empowerment deflection. She's not just defensive, she's dismissive. She doesn't process criticism, she weaponizes it. And in her world, every piece of concern, no matter how genuine or valid, gets rebranded as hate. When her audience pleads with her to clean up the kitchen, where grease cakes the counter and old food clogs the sink, she accuses them of being negative. When followers comment about the unsanitary state of the fridge, pointing out visible mold, or questioning whether her children are being bathed regularly, she lashes out. Not with shame, not with self-reflection, but with defiance. People just hate seeing someone win. I'm doing my best and I'm still getting paid. These are her go-to defenses. Not explanations, not improvements, just ego and excuses. She even took it a step further by creating an entire video advising creators to ignore backlash. She framed legitimate concern as toxic family vibes, saying critics are like jealous relatives who can't stand to see someone doing better than them. But the truth? The criticism wasn't personal. It wasn't a matter of style or opinions. It was about the health, safety, and dignity of her children. One viewer said it best: "You're not being bullied. People are concerned your kids live in filth." Another wrote, "This isn't about haters. It's about kids growing up in neglect." Still, she refuses to acknowledge any of it. Instead of accepting help, advice, or insight, she doubles down on victimhood. She creates a narrative where everyone who questions her is a hater, a jealous troll, or someone trying to tear down a successful woman. This mindset shields her from accountability. It creates echo chamber where dangerous conditions are excused and valid concerns are silenced. And the people who suffer the most? Her children. Because while she is defending herself to strangers online, her kids are the ones breathing in mildew, walking barefoot on sticky floors, and trying to sleep in rooms that haven't been cleaned in weeks. In the courtroom of public opinion, this isn't just delusion, it's calculated distraction. It's the willful act of spinning neglect into empowerment, and it's exactly what makes this case so tragic. Exhibit F: the hygiene hazard. This is where concern turns into full-blown alarm. Not from trolls or critics, but from everyday viewers, parents, teachers, and even social workers who happen to scroll across her content and can't believe what they're seeing. Her home is more than just messy. It's unsafe, and not in a mom of four chaos kind of way. We are talking structural neglect, environmental hazards, and a level of uncleanliness that would raise red flags at any child welfare agency. Let's start with the ceiling, visibly cracked and water damaged, with dark brown stains growing larger by the week. At one point in her footage, you can clearly see peeling paint hanging down in strips. It doesn't just suggest past damage, it suggests current, ongoing leakage. In the very same room, her baby can be seen crawling on the floor. The kitchen? A health hazard in itself. Grease caked onto every appliance, a stove with months of grime buildup, dishes piled in the sink for days, sometimes weeks, according to the timeline sleuths. Cabinets so cluttered they don't close. Viewers have spotted roaches in at least 2 videos. She laughed it off. The floors throughout the house look sticky and blackened from dirt. Her children are often shown barefoot, walking across these surfaces. They wear the same stained outfits in video after video, sometimes for 3 or more days in a row, suggesting either a lack of laundry, a lack of clothing, or a refusal to prioritize basic hygiene. The fridge? Not just cluttered, coated in grime. Viewers have noted large grease smears, mold along the sills, and spills from expired food, items never cleaned up. At least one clip shows old meat stored in the fridge door with visible slime around it. One follower pointed out, "There are literal paint chips falling near where your baby crawls." Another viewer wrote, "This is a health hazard. You should not be proud of this." And what does she do? She films it, styles it, acts like it's her normal, even adds calming music, filters, and motivational captions. She turns neglect into aesthetic, filth into content. She doesn't blur out the mess, she embraces it, as if the mess is her brand. And yet, behind every angle and every frame are real children breathing in dust, exposed to mold, crawling across bacteria-laden floors, and eating from a kitchen that wouldn't pass a single food safety inspection. This isn't just a messy house. This is a warning sign, and the world is watching. The fallout. The backlash has exploded. Her comment sections are flooded with viewers calling CPS, tagging government agencies, and pleading for help for her children. This isn't drama anymore. It's dangerous. Report her to child services. Even TikTokers who once defended her are stepping back. A few former supporters have gone viral just for saying, "I used to relate to her. Now I'm horrified." So far, her account is still alive, but the tide is turning. The judge's analysis. This is no longer about messy parenting. It's about profit-driven neglect. What kind of culture have we created where a mom can live stream in a dirty house, neglect her children, and rank in thousands? Social media has become a playground for performance of a responsibility, and TKFamm is a case study in what happens when clicks matter more than care. We are watching a generation raised in algorithmic chaos, and these kids, they didn't sign up for this. The verdict. So let's review. A mother claiming a $9K income while her kids sleep in filth. Food stamps used for snacks, not nutrition. Moldy kitchens, collapsing ceilings, dirty diapers. And a content empire built on dysfunction. She says she's just sharing her life, but what we see is negligence dressed up as relatability. So now, it's up to you. Guilty, innocent, or misunderstood? Drop your verdict in the comments. Court is adjourned.